Hello. For those of you who are hashtag replay gang, please check the description box below. We're going to get started in 5 minutes here. Gotta get this porty sorted. I know I'm super early. This is my life now. I'll explain later. Hello to everybody who has made it in the room. Hi, Joy. Missed you too. We're going to get started in 5 minutes. Oh, bags under my eyes. Is that crow's feet? Are these crow's feet? Oh my God. I'm showing signs of aging. Have I been having too much fun? Laughing too much? Skincare stat. Wow. Hello. Yay, finally got alive. And of course, someone's calling me right at this moment. I'm live. I'm live.
Oh, algo podcast.
Ami podcast.
Okay.
Okay, ayo.
Oh, baby.
Okay, let's put this on Do Not Disturb. So funny. Mac reviews. I didn't think I'd get all you people in here at all. Tina Nader. Hello. Mickey. Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Girl, where have you been? Where have you been? You know, I've been going live now for at least 3 months. And you, Miss Moderator, have not shown up to help the girlies. Just kidding. No, for real. Giselle and Jasmine have been holding it down. And I also think that I made Marsha a moderator too. So shout out to Marsha. It's okay. Just my 2 cents. Hello. Hello. Yes, you're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. But no, I was talking about Asteroidia Black. No, you don't have to set reminders, girl. It's okay. So here's what's happening in my life. Is I have left human resources and I have transitioned into a different type of role. A role that hopefully will provide me with some growth. It'll help me to be able to deliver the deliverables and hopefully I will be more at peace with myself and I won't take my work home because it is not the type of role that people can just slack you or chime you or, you know, whatever corporate speak, ping you any time of the day, teams you, and you're not expected to respond because you don't have as much you do not have as much responsibility, but they can't take your pay away. So you still have the same pay. Anyways, you have forgotten to give me my mod status. I have sadly no wrench. I'll go in and fix that. You have to remind me. I'm gonna try to remember. But anyways, get back to me. I I now work. Prepare yourself. Hello, 25 people who are in the room. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. My work schedule, while it is 4 days a week, God bless America, and I have 3 days off. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Right now, my work schedule is 1:20 in the morning. Okay? 1:20 in the morning till 10 hours later. So I get off of work at 11:20 a.m. in the morning. Okay? 11:20 in the morning. I go to work at 1:20 in the morning, and then I have to leave work at 11:20 in the morning. So I am so sleepy right now. Like, I'm not tired. I'm actually sleepy. I actually run the risk of falling asleep on you while talking to you. So if it happens, just share this video with your friends. Tell them to come in and give me a thumbs up. So unfortunately, I will only be able to do before the 90 days today. And then tomorrow when I get home, I'll probably go live maybe about the same. No, I have to go live at like 2. I have to go live at 2 because I still have to watch before the 90 days, but before the 90 days, I mean, what's that other one called? This is before the 90. I still have to watch The Other Way, but The Other Way is like 45 minutes, so I can get through it. I might try to watch it to lull me to sleep tonight. Right now, tonight. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm knocking out. I'm gonna hop into that tub. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a good oil down because it is 2 degrees here, negative most days, and there's a lot happening in Minneapolis. So the whoop whoops are just whooping around my neighborhood. So yeah, anyways, when I say the whoop whoops, I don't mean the frozen ice. I said frozen ice. I was gonna say frozen water, but then I ruined that. That's how tired I am. I can't even just make the joke. Ice, it's not ice. Maybe they are. I don't know. But they out there. It's a lot of ambulances and shit. It's a lot of enforcement with like whoop whoop sounds happening from their vehicles. And so sometimes I can't go to sleep because I'm in my bed warm and cozy, and I just think about all the people who are being terrorized in their own community, running around the streets in this negative degree weather. But that being said, we're going to get into this absolute nonsense. And I'm going to be live for a while. So go get your snacks, dip in and out. Don't feel no kind of way. Just make sure you like the video, share it with your friends. If you get the hee hee ha ha's, don't forget to give your girl a tip. But that all comes when I do this thing. Let me put this thing here so don't forget. Okay. Yes. 1:20 in the morning, which means that I have to wake up at 11:30 p.m. like it's regular. 12 at the least, at the latest. Like it's regular. I have to wake up at 11:20 like, oh, I'm fresh. Come get some coffee. And then drive 30 minutes to work. And then be available. But I'm in training right now, so like, what it is, it is where it is. 3 days off is amazing. It is amazing. Quasi, I don't know what's happening. I tried to give it to you, and I think on my end I see that you do have it. You know what? Matter of fact, let me just do it right now because you about to stress me out. I'm just kidding. You're not stressing me out. I just missed you guys. Like sometimes here's what happens. I can't even see my screen anymore because I'm on YouTube. Here's what happens. Oh, Love After Lockup is back. Wait, I saw Sass did a video on Love After Lockup. It's back. Okay. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was checking to see about this ranch. Anyways, a lot happening in Minneapolis. I missed you guys. I felt like, oh my gosh, I haven't gone live. What am I gonna do? And then I get on here and I'm like, oh, this is where I belong. You know what I mean? Like the gearing up to doing this, I'm like, oh, I gotta go live. Okay. You know what I mean? And then I get on here and I'm like, oh, this is where I belong. I want to stay here forever. Community moderation. User management? Yes. No. Hidden users. No. Approved users. No. God, I've hidden a lot of people. There's a lot of people in here. Okay, what does it say? Here it is. Managing moderators. standard moderators. Quasi, you're on here, girl. I don't know what to tell you. It's Jasmine, it's Azroidia, it is Quasi, Modem, me, Shannon, who I haven't seen in a minute. So, girl, if you're still watching, what up? And Jessie Lee. Hey, Jessie. I ain't seen you in a minute either. Let me see. Let me try to put this new title. Quasi Modem 5260. Quasi Modem. See, I see it here. I'm going to click on it because it's your little picture, but it's your old picture. Did you change your thing? It's not this picture. It's not virtually yours. It's the one of the girl holding something, or like the face is covered. Okay, 552. Nah, it doesn't like 5260. It say I don't know her. It said I don't know who that is. Yeah, girl, I don't know what to tell you. You are unfindable. Cancel. Sure you want to cancel? Oh no, I don't know. Okay, great. I'm back. Don't worry about it. You say that now after I spent all this time looking for it. Okay, we show up when you do. We know you're an ice cluster. Thank you. Just waiting to be put in timeout. You won't be, not by me. Oh wait, I gotta sit over here for those people who are watching on the mobile. I gotta be in this corner for the people who are watching on the mobile. What if I did this? Woo! All right. No, Miss Parrish, you're not late. You know, as me, I'm just talking. I'll get started at 13. 13. So write that note down. We got started at 13. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. That's a Saturday morning special. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Is it the one with the ping pong? With the what's that called? Pong? No. What's that old school arcade where you like hit a ball and there's little flippers at the bottom of it? Na 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 na. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those elder millennials and Gen Xers. That's the beginning of some Saturday morning cartoon 70s situation. Pinball, great, thank you. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This is season 8, episode 6 and 7. Cabin pressure is rising. Brace yourself for impact. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality television shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, Love is Blind. So if you are at all interested in that content and you love me, or you'd like love my personality or drawn toward it and you want to subscribe, you can do so. Just subscribe. But while you're in here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you get the hee ha-has and you want to give your girl a tip, you could do so with the options that are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. All right. Gosh, this is such a good show. And I know we're only 7 weeks in, and believe me, when we get to week 14, I'm probably going to hate it. But I'm going to tell you who I hate right now. Rick and Trish. Oh, I can't stand him. Oh. Also, I noticed that it looks like he works out his front, but he doesn't work out his back. Just look at it the next time. Just look at it the next time and you'll see that back. His back looked like my back. His front looks better than my front, but that back looks like my back. That back looks like he don't lift nary and nothing. The front looks like he does a lot of like sit-ups. And he does a lot of like laying on your back, pumping the thing up, but he doesn't do the one where you pull down. He don't do that one. The back is looking not fantastic, But it is what it is. Who am I to say anything? My front and my back is looking not fantastic, but here we are, and we are happy with it. We're rolling with it. Also, super side note, the pastors are really upset with Drewski, and a hit dog will holler. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so we start out this episode with scam and scammer. Scamming scammers. The two scamming of the scams. And that is Lisa and Daniel. Okay. So we find out Lisa's finally told us. I don't know if it was in this episode or episode 7 that Daniel's controlling. And I said I will be dipped in dog doo-doo before I let a poor man tell me what to do. Oh, it can't ever be. I mean, he would have to be like DM me down. I can't let a poor man tell me what to do. It's just not my style. All right. So she is stunned at the airport as Daniel proposes. She is like, oh my God, Daniel, do I have pictures of this? I don't think I have pictures of it. I have pictures of her dancing like a chicken in front of all these people for show. But you know, this man is like, oh, my white savior. Here she is. I love her so much. And he proposes to her, brings his uncle there and everything. It's legit. It's a legit Ebo situation, okay, in the airport. And she's like, I can't believe he proposed to me. I got to get this accent down. I can't believe he Daniel. I can't believe that Daniel proposed to me in the first 10 minutes. And there's so much I have to tell him. It's almost there. You can hear it. I love Daniel. There's so much I have to tell Daniel. I just love Daniel. You have an innie and an Audi. I like the Audi. I'm gonna get it together. Don't worry. It's gonna happen. She's gonna say a turn of phrase, and then I'm gonna be able to mimic it exactly, and then I'll be able to go from there. Don't worry, guys. It'll happen. We're only in week 7. Stop judging me. We are only in week 7, okay? And that was pretty good. That was pretty good. His neck, his back, his personality whack. Ow. I hate every single one of you. Stop distracting me. The people who are watching this on replay are going to be annoyed. Okay. Daniel, I didn't want to say yes because I had so much secrets to tell him. And I promised Faith that I wouldn't get married on this trip. I have to still tell him that I'm still married. I've been married 5 times and I've been with women and I vape. Okay. She says yes, and his uncle is there to witness. She's like, how long have you been planning this? And he says, oh, for about 6 months now. And she's like, we just met 6 months. And he's like, yes. And I'm like, girl, red flag. Like, ring the alarm. We've been through this too long. Okay, no, don't do it. And he's like, I used to call her God-given gift. She's my God-given gift. This man believes that the Lord himself has put this white woman in his path for him to get to the US. That's his God-given gift. God-given gift. She's so surprised, but she wants and she needs to absolutely tell him everything. So they are in the car and they are sucking face. We thought that there was a lot of like lips and like overbearing situations. This is the best picture I could get of it. Your lips taste natural as honey. Your lips taste natural as honey. I like that for her. Sucking face in the car on the way to the hotel. They get to the hotel and she presents him with all these presents and gifts. And I said, girl, you can't pay your rent. You are borrowing money from your bestie June. And you have the audacity to come to Nigeria to give this man fake jewelry? Is it real, guys? Do we think the jewelry is real or do we know it's fake? Do we think the jewelry is real or do we know that it is fake? Huh? Because I'm going to tell you right now. So she's got a lot of stuff to give him. And then she's like, I got condoms. And then I also got lube that helps with friction. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe that they used condoms. I think that what happened is he's like, I'm so tired. I'm stressed. I can't have sex with you. And that really upsets her. And he's like, okay. And then I guess they end up having sex in the night. And she's like, but he didn't get hard enough. And so he couldn't get in. And I was super lubricated myself. And we said, we didn't need all that information. Even though she felt rejected, she says, he sees my wrinkle and saggy body and he doesn't want me. I was like, girl, he wants you. He wants to ride you all the way to Pensacola, Pennsylvania. Where is she from? King of Prussia. He wants to ride you all the way to King of Prussia. So he wants you. Don't worry. He's gonna give it to you. And then when he gets there, he's gonna not give it to you anymore. In fact, when he gets there, you guys are gonna get off the plane, and then you're gonna turn left and be like, Daniel, and he's gonna be gone. He already has somebody in the US that he's gonna go after, and it's not you. Okay? A good Christian Nigerian Igbo woman he's gonna find in the US. She's already there. All right, so she's upset and she's like having a panic attack. And then she goes into the bathroom and she's like, I'm gonna get him. And she goes into the bathroom and she puts on some red lingerie. And I'm telling you, the girls were sitting. The girls were sitting right. I like that for her. I said, okay. The girls are full and voluptuous. And they sat right there in that little negligee, in that red little teddy negligee. Look good on her. I wasn't mad. So so we move on to episode 7, and they wake up together and she's like, you've got the nicest ass. And you know, I used to think that I loved your dimples the most, but now that I'm here and I saw your entire body, I decided that I really love your belly button because it's an outie, not an innie. And then she tells him that he was too big for her. And I said, well, it's because it's been a minute, girl. I don't know what your lesbian life was like unless the woman had a situation for you and would, you would still get some penetration. But I can definitely see you, being on all the sorts and whatnot because it's been a minute since anything real has been up there. And then they gotta mock it, which is what they have to do. At this point, I'm like, can the producers just get like creative and say, no, we're not going to go to the market. We're in Africa, guys. We're not going to go to the market. We're not going to go to the market. I mean, if we're going to go to the market, can we just go to the market that doesn't have like chicken, where the American refuses to cut the chicken up? Can we go to the part of the market where it's just head wraps and clothing? And I want to see more of the tailoring. I want to see more of a very honest African woman coming out and saying, you are fat. Go get her measurements and call the tailor. And then, it's different. This is not the first time an African woman has called an American woman fat and the American woman is not okay with it. It's not the first time. It's not the first time and it won't be the last. That is what I want to see. Okay? I want to see more of the shaman telling fortunes in Jesus' name. You know what I mean? I want more of the shaman telling your future using chicken bones in the name of Jesus. That is what I want to see. I don't want to see any more animal carcasses. Okay? Whether it be smoked, fried, dipped, or dyed. No more. I want to see clothing and I want to see shaman, because that is entertainment marketplace behavior, or really good like purses or lamps. You know what I mean? Okay. Can't get enough of it. So she then is like, my chickens were my pets. They had VCRs. And he's like, huh? Yeah, we were all like, a VCR, girl? How long ago did you have these chickens? And was it the type of VCR, TV VCR combo? Was it a TV VCR combo? I thought those were so cool. The TV VCR combo. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. If you were there, you're there. If you know, you know. Okay. And so the lady puts the traditional head wrap on her, which I couldn't do that. This one is pre-done. Okay. I can do them for real, but it starts to hurt my head, and my hand is too much sometimes. But she got one of the ones that look like it's made out of paper. And those are the ones that I usually think are reserved for weddings. But what do I know? I know nothing. And so Lisa gets upset because she's being referred to as fat. And so she wants to vape because she's really upset about it. And she's really scared that she's not going to remember how to wrap the thing. And here's my thing. If he wants her to understand Igbo culture. Why doesn't he get an Igbo woman to help him? He has no Igbo women in his life to help him help her, besides this one who's calling her fat to her face. So, anyways, the lady's like, we can't even cut the fabric because you're too fat. We got to keep it whole. Go and get the tailor. Taylor comes, whips that shit up in a second. I said, give me 5 more. If I'm ever in a marketplace and a tailor comes and does my measurements and then takes up fabric, give me 5 more. Give me more of them. I want one for every day of the week while I'm there. Call me fat, call me tall. Say my belly looks at least 3 months pregnant. You can say anything. I would like more. I honestly didn't even like that fabric though. Like I feel like there's better patterns she could have got. Just they were probably like, oh, the coloring of orange works for her with this brown hair. And I said, that's not natural neither. Anyways, so she is like, he's like, as an Igbo woman, there's certain things that he wants me to ask permission for. And he wants me to wear my hair in a certain way. He wants me to ask permission to drink alcohol and basically telling me I can't vape. And that I have to learn the language and the culture. And I said, this is too much. I'm usually all for this, but after 6 months of getting to know each other and her being a 52-year-old woman, there is no way that she is going to live up to the expectations of this man because she is lying and he's lying. But she also doesn't have just the interpersonal savvy to be able to do any of these things. None of them. She has no skill set in this at all. She can barely pay her bills. This woman is a woman with she's got a great personality, a wonderful laugh. She's probably super sweet and very kind and loving, but she's got like low abilities. She's got a limited tank. The tank is limited. Okay? And her going there, she's like, I've been watching foo-foo videos. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would do a deep dive into foo-foo for sure, but I wouldn't need to watch copious amounts of foo-foo videos to understand how to eat with my hand. So it is what it is, girl. And so they get there and he starts to yell at her to learn how to say certain things. And I'm like, you can't she has a tenuous grasp on the English language, the language that she was born into and speaks daily, thinks in even. And you want her to go there and know to say is a difference between foo-foo, foo-foo, and foo-foo. You know what I mean? Like Americans, we can't hear those things. I mean, I can because my name is Wahima and I say Wahima to somebody and somebody says Wahima back to me. And I said, oh no, I said Wahima. And they're like, Wahima. And I said, no, Wahima. So, there is a difference. There's foo-foo, foo-foo, and foo-foo. Okay? It happens. She's not going to go there and be able to speak that man's language. There's too many tonal shifts in it. There's too much going on for her. And he then is like, I need you to understand the importance of palm wine, but you can't touch it because you're a woman. You can't sully it with your dirty woman hands. Okay. This is only for men, but I need you to understand the importance of it. Now drink it. Now drink some more of it. And it must not taste good because her reaction is like, and then 5 minutes later, he's like, are you drunk? Can you walk? And then she's like, what are you talking about? I only had 1 sip. He's like, our alcohol is so potent that it only takes 1 sip. So you could be flat on your face in 5 seconds. And he is gaslighting the hell out of her throughout this whole thing. She gets up, she's frustrated, she walks outside. I'm going to tell you right now, a 35-year-old poor man couldn't tell me anything right now at this age, but don't let me be 52 with a whole grown child. 5 marriages underneath my belt. Okay? 3 of them with women. Don't come to me and tell me anything about what's what. Don't shake your hand in my face. Don't yell at me to say a word in a certain way. Don't ask me to get up and walk around so you can tell if I'm drunk or not. Who do you think you are, Mr. Nobody with nothing? And then for her to even entertain the idea of elevating him to the status of husband, and maybe she feels bad because she knows she's lying to him too, and so she's like, well, let me just deal with that because I'm lying too. And I feel no. So then he tells her, you got to get my uncle's blessing. And she's like, I didn't know I had to do that. And he's like, well, yeah. And she's like, well, you didn't tell me that. It's not my culture. And he's like, well, it's my culture. I don't know what to tell you. You are now here in my culture. I don't know where you thought you were, where you thought you were going, but you're here. And in this land, I have to get the blessing of the eldest male or eldest whatever in the family. And she's like, ow. Now she's nervous. And he's like, you got to stop vaping because we as Christians don't vape. She's like, I'm Christian. And I said, girl, are you? Or do you just identify as Christian? Are you Christian or do you identify as a Christian? Let's really break it down. Let's really break that down. Okay. So he comes out after she walks away from him and tries to gaslight her and make it seem like he wasn't waving in her face to like put her down. He wasn't yelling at her. He's like, I'm nervous. I didn't do any of those things. And then he tries to touch her. She's like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. And he's like, I can't touch you. She's like, no, don't touch me. And she's not gonna stand her ground, but I'm glad she kind of does something in this moment. I'm kind of glad she does something in this moment because at the end of the day, even though they're both scamming each other, there's no reason for them to be rude. No reason at all. Okay. Next couple that we are going to talk about is Laura and Birkin. Let me write this down. What time are we starting? 13 what? No, 31. Huh. Okay. So I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want our Miss Bridget Jones here to get deed down by this boy, and she does. I'm happy for her. I am happy for her. Okay. So they wake up in the same bed. They got it. Did it. Got it in. He made her feel comfortable. He made her feel sexy. Exactly what she needed. He says he feels like he's on clouds and wasted. She laughs. She says that she was really emotional after the consultation. And he really came home and showed her that he was into her. No more hanging out on the couch at 9 p.m. for him. He got in that bed with her and said and gave her the what's what. Told her what is what and who the who is. You know what I mean? And so she says that, he's a little bit more vanilla and she's more spice, but he is blessed down there. And I said, you know what, you go to Turkey and get you some 20 years younger than you penis that's blessed. Okay. So they then are going to see the whirling dervishes, which I had heard that's like phrase before and I didn't really understand what it was, and I've obviously seen the whirling dervishes before and I didn't know that it was a part of Islam culture at all, so that was really cute. And then they eat something called it was an egg and tomato dish. And what did I eat today? That very thing. Did I make it? Absolutely. Did I stop at the store at noon after I got off of work and got me some bell pepper and a little bit of tomato paste and some more eggs so that I can make that? Yes. Do I have more of it so that I can eat it tomorrow for breakfast? I mean, later on tonight for breakfast? Yes. I love my ability to see something that people are eating on TV and be like, oh, bet. I would like to taste that. So let me make it. I did. Okay. So they go into an ancient building and they watch the whirling dervishes, and it's part of Sufi Islam, and it's a meditating dance. He then tells her that he is 50K in debt, and it's based on the investments that he's placed that they did not work out. And she feels that he was not honest about it. She's like, I'm thinking of marrying you and you're $50,000 in debt. And he says the appropriate thing, which is, I'm in debt in Turkey. Once I leave Turkey, it's gone. Like, who cares? And she's like, I can't believe you would do that. And I'm like, oh, Laura's privileged. Laura Girl, if you don't he's like, she's making it seem like he's on the run from the law. No, he's on the run from greedy creditors. Like no one owes any financial institution any allegiance. You don't got to pay nothing back. Now, you got to pay things back if you're trying to buy a house. Like in the US, but girl, I think about skirting out on my US debt every day. All I need to do is hop on a plane. And I don't have to look back. And no one will owe anything on my name. Like, it is crazy to me that she thinks that there's some kind of honor system in which somebody is like, well, girl, you don't owe Visa nothing. I don't know what you, okay. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying, right? Credit is a predatory business that you are subject to in this country or whatever country you go for. But guess what? It does not transfer. It does not translate. Now, if she thinks that then he's going to do the same thing here, she's worrying about him coming to the US, running up a bunch of credit cards, and then just moving to another country after that. Like, he's like, oh, lived my life in Turkey, running to the US. Oh, got a bunch of credit cards, living my life in the US. Now I'm moving to Colombia, and I'm going to run up the, like, she acts like the credit cards are people. They're not people. They don't think of you as a person. They don't care about you. Okay? They don't care about you. They're not, it is crazy that she's like holding that against him. I'm like, oh yeah, you just come to the US. Who cares about that debt? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Hold on. Let me fix this. I don't want you guys to hear this. What are they going to do? I just sure. You mean you do not want to pay that 29.99% service fee or that APR rate? Girl, that's what I worry about. Marry her, and then all the debts will be in her name too. When he gets here, she's responsible for him financially. Yeah, but the debts don't transfer over to the US. They don't transfer over. He comes over with zero. There's no international credit like thing. Not yet. So like, he's going to get here and have zero debt. It's only if they wanted to live in Turkey. And then they would have to register their marriage in Turkey, I guess. Girl, I don't know. So yes, if she was worried about him being in debt in the US, absolutely. But she's like, he lied to me. He said that he was a protector and a provider. And he can't even provide for himself. Yeah, I'm sure, Deandra. It does not, no. Credit is in each country. Y'all are talking about a credit like, oh, he's got to pay his bills back. The behavior is very telling. I'm like, well, we have to know. Like, she has to ask him, how did you get in debt here? Was it credit card debt? And then if it's credit card debt, then she's like, oh, let me tell you this right now. You can't get a credit card on my watch. You're going to have to pay cash for everything, and I'm not marrying you if you do. So that's a different conversation. Is he gambling? Yes, that's a different conversation. But like, girl, he don't got to pay that back. He can fucking skip town and never look back at Turkey. And even if he were to go and land in Turkey, if he owed taxes in Turkey, then they'd catch him at the airport. But just for a visa, like, listen, you could be in the US and never pay anything back except for taxes. You got to pay your taxes. You could pay no creditor back. And the worst that's going to happen is that your credit's going to be bad. Yes, and that will affect you when you're looking to get an apartment, when you're looking to buy a car, buy a house. A lot of different things affect your credit. But nobody is going to come knocking on your door, dragging you to jail because you didn't pay back Transatlantic or Experian or whatever these credit debts people. No one's going to come but to you knocking on your door. Now, if you owed a gangster, if you owed the mob, That's a different conversation. He should have been left. Okay. Anyways, so she is feeling a little way about it because she's like wanted her fantasy. I was like, girl, I get it. I get the fantasy. And in the fantasy, the guys are never in debt. They're hot, well endowed, Turkish men. I mean, a little skinny because he's a little skinny and with crooked teeth. So that's not a part of the fantasy. But he has a neck tattoo, and they're never in debt in the books. They're never in debt. So I get that. The fantasy is squashed because they're not in debt in the books. In the books, they're rich. In the books, they're rich. That's part of the fantasy too. So when these women are going over there, I'm like, the 50% is the rich. They got to be hot and rich. That's what we all forget. Bridget Jones how Bridget Jones got her groove back. Exactly. It's really easy. It happens. Okay. Anyways, so he's like, I'll handle my own problems. And she's like, well, why haven't you done that? And he just looks at her like, girl, if you don't get out of my business, don't be worrying about it. This has nothing to do with you. And she's like, well, it does if we're going to get married. And I'm like, girl, you ain't marrying him. And if you are marrying him, I need you at your big grown age of 47 years old to know that you are marrying him 50% so that you can have a little bit of companionship and get dick down for as long as he stays in your home, but also to help him and come to America and to have a better life for himself. Like any older woman who gets with a man 20 years, even 10 years, even 8 years younger than her and brings him to the US, for her to think that he's not coming here to have the opportunity to work and live in the US is foolish. And you have to go on ahead and just acknowledge the fact that you are giving them an opportunity to come and work and live in the US, and they may not stay with you forever. And that's okay, because not everybody in our lives is in our lives for forever. It could just be a season, a very good season, but a season. And you have to respect that. You have to take that L and know that there's a high probability that he will leave you, or that things are going to work out, or they're going to disappoint you, or you're going to want to leave him, or whatever. Or whatever. It's crazy. You can't be with somebody that's 20 years younger than you. What's those conversations like? He's like, I like to live in reality. Speaking of that. So she says to him, people told me that you only wanted the green card and money. And, now that I know that you're broke, it kind of seems like it's true. And she's pissed at him because she feels like he lied or he wasn't honest about it. And he's like, do you think it's true? And she's like, well, they think it's true. And he's like, well, it's kind of true. No, he didn't say that, but that's what we're all thinking. So they get back to the hotel, and she's packing because she's annoyed, and he's washing dishes, and she gets upset. She goes in the kitchen. She's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, washing dishes." And then he does the thing that no one expects him to do. Because at first I wasn't seeing it for Birkin. I wasn't seeing it for Birkin. I wasn't seeing it for him at all. I said, no, he's too skinny. No, he's not even cute. The truth is, he's not that cute. But when he pushed her up against that wall and kissed her mouth shut, I said, okay. I see it. I said, okay. Yeah, bring him. Oh. Yeah. Come. Yeah. And she's like, do you think just kissing me is going to do whatever? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? And he kisses her some more. And then he just pulls her and takes her into the bedroom and closes the door. I said, Patty done. I said, okay. Jocelyn, even if he is acting, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. When I came home last night, you know what I mean? You wouldn't make love to me. I said, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Like I said, listen. She's like, I still haven't forgot about it. Exactly. So then the next day they go to another historical ancient place where they make evil eye pendants. And I thought that's cute. And so they get there and she's like, I want to know more about you. And I want to know more about your family. And he's like, I don't want to talk about my family. And she's like, but like, I really want to meet them. And I said, you do? You want to meet the family of a boy who's 20 years younger than you and they somehow explain to them that you were going to take their young son to the US, that you, a 47-year-old woman who cannot bear children and will not bear children for this man, is going to take him to the US and cut off. Like, I just don't think that older women understand how important having children is to a lot of people, a lot of young men, especially, and to their family. And they keep asking them, like, "Hey, are you sure you don't want kids? You sure you don't want kids?" And then the guy's like, "No, I don't want kids. I don't know." A man can make a decision to have a kid up until he's 72 years old. So maybe, yeah, now they don't want kids. Maybe at 27, he's like, "Yeah, I don't want kids." But what about when he's 37? What about when he's 47? What about when he's 37 and a half? What are you going to do then? Say, "Oh, you didn't want to have kids. I asked you." No, he didn't want to have kids then because they don't have to have kids forever. They don't have to have kids forever. They could have kids. They could have kids well into their 70s. What are you talking about? It's only women who think of kids in that way because we have a limited time. So I just think, because I always think of myself as being with a younger man, even though I fight them off with a stick daily. And I think to myself, if that man is like, "I don't care." Guatemala Bay is like, "Oh, I don't care about kids." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't care about kids. You don't care about kids now. Cause you'll be old man pick. You'll have in Belize, in what they call when a man has kids late into his life, those children are referred to as old man pickney. Yeah. You'll have old man pickney. You'll find a young wife and you'll get her pregnant. Name of the game. It's the name of the game. So anyways, just be prepared for him wanting to eventually have kids at some point. All right. Now, he then puts an ultimatum on her and he's like, "Listen, I don't want you to talk to Michael anymore." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, if you're talking about getting married to me, you can't have him as a friend. I don't trust him." And she's like, "Well," and he's like, "What, how does that make you feel?" And she's like, "Well, it makes me think twice." And he's like, "Well, think about it, bitch. I'll be outside." I said this man has no money. Listen, the episode name of episode 7 is Brace for Impact, but it should be The Audacity of Poor Men. That should be the title of episode 7. Between Daniel acting a fool and Birkin acting a fool and Zied acting a fool, like they all are over here acting a fool. And I said the audacity of these poor men. Rick over here acting a fool. Audacity. This should be called The Audacity of Poor Men. episode 7. Before the 90 days. 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Episode 7. The Audacity of Poor Men. Okay. Anyways, moving on to Jovan and Anna. Oh, another audacity of poor men. God, Jovan is such a loser, y'all. He is such a loser. I have such a hard time with him. He is, and poor Anna, she could do so much better. Anna is beautiful and educated. I'm just like, damn, she could get any she I wouldn't even listen, girl. What she needs to do is divorce him and reset the filters on her international dating app, and she needs to look in Australia, she needs to look in the UK, and she needs to look in the United States. Hell, she needs to look in Guam. Guam is close. Look in Guam. Get somebody from the US Tonga. What she needs is a non-violent soldier. Someone who lives on an army base. She needs a man, is what Anna needs. And she got this stunted, emotionally stunted idiot boy. Corn Balzers. Corn Bollywog. Cornelius Balaskis. Cornelius Bollywog is his name. That is a Cornelius Bollywog is his new fucking name, y'all. That's his name. Write it down. Somebody write it down so that I don't forget. Cornelius Bollywall is his name. He is so disgusting. I am disgusted with that man. He is such a loser. A loser. Oh my God. Cornelius Bollywog. God, I hate this. Okay. Cornelius Bollywog. That is, oh my God. Ooh, I got the tickles. Okay. So they go to her village to eat some spicy food. And she asks him, like, what he thinks about her maybe being pregnant because they just, he shot the club up last night. He shut the club up last night, y'all. Okay. And he's like, well, obviously, if you have my baby, I'm gonna make it back here and make sure I'll take care of you. And she's like, oh, okay. So when I got a baby in me, you can figure out a way to get to the Philippines. But when it's just me, you can't figure out a way to get to the Philippines. And he's like, instead of him just being an adult and being emotionally mature and being like, you know what? You're right. I would make an extra effort to come to the Philippines and see you if you have my baby because I want to be in my child's life. You stress me out to the 10th. I know I'm not good enough for you, or fuck it. He don't even have to say, I know I'm not good enough for you. I feel like you want too much of me. I feel like you're too high spirited. And the truth is, I didn't want to come here for the last 6 years because over the phone, you stress me out. I don't want to see you in person. Just be honest. Just be honest. He can't even do that. He's going to try to flip it and blame it on her. Talking about, you see the way you switch up? I'm like, she didn't switch up. There's no switching up. She didn't actually switch up. She took information that you gave her and she came to a reasonable conclusion and called you out on it. That's what happened. So anyways, Cornelius is over here acting like he didn't, like he don't know what's really going on and that, she's switching things up and she's getting an attitude and that's why he don't want to be around her. Then say that. So anyway, she scheduled a massage the next day and he doesn't want to go get massages. And she tells him that she's gone and gotten massages a few times. And he now thinks, oh, well, I could have been coming to the Philippines because I give you like $600 a month. So if you had just dwindled down your expectations of what I needed to be sending you to maybe just $400 a month instead of getting massages, then I would have saved the $200 extra a month and I would have been here a whole year earlier. He's acting like the reason why he ain't go to the Philippines this whole time is because he's been giving her $600 a month. Well, then why didn't you say that to her, bro? Why didn't you say, hey, I need to start saving money to come to see you, and that means I can't send you $600 anymore. I think I'm only be able to send you $400. How much it cost to go to the Philippines? $2K max? I mean, because he took a plane, train, and automobile. It's not like he took a direct flight with or a one stop. He took every method you can, the cheapest way. Him, Molly, and Forrest, and a Dev, they all took the slowest route to get to the Philippines. So it don't make no sense. And he's like, I don't like people touching me. And I was like, yeah. Now, the truth is that I know a lot of men who are like, I can't get a massage. I can't have people touching me all over my body. I know that. But I think it was just so dumb that he said the things that he said to her. And she's like, well, did you learn anything in my language to speak to my mom? And he's like, no. I'm just like, God, the audacity of Americans. All you have to learn is say hello, mother, hi. You don't have to learn to speak the whole language. Nobody asked you to learn to speak Tagalog. I don't even know if they speak Tagalog. I don't know if it's Tagalog she speaks. It could be a dialect of Tagalog. Did nobody ask you to learn that whole language? But there are a few phrases that you can say. There are some phrases that you could just put on your phone and just say them over and over again. You took 24 hours to get there. You had 24 hours, 36. I don't know how long it took me to get there, but it took you too long to get there. All you had to do was learn how to say mabuhay, 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 mama. I don't know how to say the rest, but let's pretend it's Spanish. Mucho gusto. Me llamo Jovan. I am your sueño. How do you say it? Sister, I don't know how to say it. But anyways, mi suegra? No, it's the wrong word. I don't know. Sueño? I don't know. I'm just trying to remember the word for mother-in-law. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep throwing things out there until it hits, but it's not gonna hit because I don't know. No, he's like, no, and she's like, well, you don't want to get to know my mother. He's like, I do, but like, not really, not really, girl. I barely want to talk to you. Let alone your mama. So then he tells her that she overstepped by complaining to his sister. And she's like, "Oh, so I should have just found a random man that I used to like to talk to like you did?" And I said, "Girl, if you don't come with it, I love it when these American men try to go to a foreign country to find a demure, non-English speaking foreigner woman, and then that foreigner woman takes his whole language and flips it on him." She said, "Oh, you don't want me calling your sister. So who should I talk to then? A man I used to fuck with? Like you? Huh?" And then Cornelius Bollywog, is going to look at her and be like, "Well, why don't you take accountability for the reason why I went and spoke to another woman?" I said, if you do not take your 1950s hands off of this woman, acting like the reason why someone else turned your head is because she wasn't being the woman you needed. You married a woman who lived 50,000 miles away from you because you didn't want a real responsibility of being in a relationship with a woman who has power and can think, and she duped you. But she was silly because she married a Cornelius Bollywog instead of the man that she should have married. So she needs to divorce him, change her filters, and find herself a rich Australian man. Find her a Dylan. Good day, mate. Okay. Anyways, she said, I thought the issues that we had were due to distance, but I can tell now the issues we have are due to him being a dumbass. And so here we are. Choices were made and divorces need to happen. Okay. Next couple that we are going to talk about is Emma and Zayed. Oh my God. Another interesting situation in which a dumb, skinny man tries to convince a small American woman that the reason why he has other people in his phone is because he wanted to welcome them to Morocco because he's so proud of his country. And she says to him, so you went on a dating app and talk to hundreds of women so that you can welcome them to Morocco because you're so proud of your country? And I'm supposed to believe that? These men will just say anything, y'all. Daniel will say anything. Jovan will say anything. They're all just going to say anything. So, anyways, they're going to go meet his friends. And she's excited because she was upset that he's like, you're not going to be my family, you whore. And so the fact that, they're making progress in her mind, they're making progress. And she's going to actually get to meet somebody in his life. She's like so excited. So he's like, come on, babe. It doesn't take you an hour to get dressed. She's like, yeah, duh, it takes me 2. And they laugh about that. They get to the space, and one of his friends, I don't know if he just doesn't speak any English or like he's just really judgy or like whatever. So what's happening here is that you've got these men who love an American woman because the American women or the Western women are out here just showing their bodies. They're out here they can see more body yada yada on these Western women than they can with the women around them. But at the end of the day, it's like the whore Madonna situation. They want to entertain the American. They want the American to come to the US, come to their country and maybe spend some money on them or, be able to have premarital sex with and do whatever. But they're not going to actually take that woman home. And one of the friends is like, you're going to bring this harlot to your family? And he's like, 100% no. And then the other friend translates it and is like, oh, he said about you getting married. And she's like, you're at 100% right now. You're at 0% right now. And he's like, I have to get to know you more. She's like, but right now, based on how much you've known about me for the last 3 days, you're at 0 because you told me that you wanted to put a ring on it. And I'm expecting a ring at the end of this. And I only have 10 more days. So What's it gonna be? Because I can't pretend. Do you want to be more than just friends? Hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. Because, I mean, is it like what, 10% a day? 5% a day? So each day I have to earn what? How much percentage do I have to earn each day to get to 100%? Now, don't get me wrong, she's Dirts McGurts too, not wanting to tell him about her ex Muhammad and the fact that she's acting like she's never been to Morocco before. She's like, can I wear this in Morocco? I'm like, girl, this ain't your first time on a camel. Girl, this ain't your first time around the sand dunes. You know you can't come over there dressed like that, but you don't care because you want to. You want to put bronze in your boobies. You want to look hot in Morocco. So at the same time, you're not serious and he's not serious. Any woman who gets in a relationship with a man who's Muslim, even if that man tells you up and down that he is modern and that he doesn't expect anything of you, he's lying. He is a lying liar. At the end of the day, you're not going to meet his family unless you're somebody that he could be proud to have on his shoulders and have on his arm, or keep it at arm's length distance before he even brings you to the family. You have to be a good woman. The families need to meet first. There's a whole culture exchange that happens that is not going to happen with you, this American, coming over here with your titties out. So the friends are like, you are dressed like that. And she's like, well, he told me I could. And the friend is like, well, he was wrong. It's a misunderstanding. This one friend is really heavy on the misunderstanding. Zayed is like, she's disrespectful to me. You're disrespectful to me right now. You're talking over to me. And I'm like, okay, so now we're learning that her having an opinion or talking back to him is in his mind disrespectful. That's all you got to tell me. If you're going to sit up here and tell lies and I'm going to end up correcting you and you're going to tell me that me correcting you and speaking over you, quote unquote, is disrespectful, then I know that you're coming from a completely different cultural expectations of the roles between men and women. And so I need to exit stage left because I'm going to continue talking over you because you're dumb and I'm right. So it's not going to quit. I don't need you. We don't live in a society, in a world where I need you for marriage in order to be able to buy a house and get a credit card. So then I have to play Susie Homemaker or play nice in order to keep you around. No, the moment you get on my nerves, you're out. I'm too old for that. Now, she's not. But she's modern. So like the thing is though, she is speaking her mind. She knows she can't be with this man. So now I'm just like really grateful that Emma has decided to be on this show. Because unlike Chloe, she's not serious. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate it. All right. So, the next couple that we are going to talk about is, let's talk about Allegra and Stig. You know what? As much as I thought he was going to be you know who we still haven't met? Is what's happening with these two. When are they going to come in? I mean, I know Patia and Dylan came in late, but they were at least in by the 7th. The 8th episode is when Patia, I think they came in. But anyway, Stig and Aviva. Now we know that Aviva has some kind of social awkwardness. And also, she's not a performer and doesn't understand what all it takes to be a performer's girlfriend. I don't care what he was doing. The fact that she sat in that audience and got on her phone was rude. He has been tearing up her sugar walls for the last 24 hours, shooting the club up. She thinks that she might be pregnant. And I can tell that he does like her. At least he's doing a good acting job for the camera. I'm going to sneeze. I can tell that he does like her. And so he feels some kind of way that they go to the show and she, because she gets awkward, that he is, you know, she says dancing. I didn't see him dancing. What I saw is a girl wearing sunglasses in the club with an ugly ass dress going up to him and dancing either while on live or on her phone and showing him and him being in the background like, this is the best night of that woman's life. Aviva feels awkward because She asks him not to sing his most popular song and then says to him, or says to us, I don't know why he had to sing it because it's not like it was a big event. And I said, oh, you don't need to be with somebody who is an artist or a performer or anything like that. Because rule number one is when somebody is performing their art, no matter what it is, you support them. And if you don't understand how to support them, or if you are not interested in supporting them because you think what they're doing is dumb, or you think for a second that you can tell an artist what to do during their performance based on your level of comfort, then you don't need to be with that person. You don't need to be with that person. Because I truly don't understand. Like, in my mind, I'm like, does she have any footage of him on stage that night? Because if that were my man, I would have been recording the entire thing. The moment he gets the mic, I'm recording. I would have been like, babe, where's your phone? Do you want me to go live? Do you have a tripod? Do you have a tripod? Do you want me to stream this live on your social media? Like, what do you want me to do with the footage? If your friends and family who come to see your show don't record it so that you can take clips of that and put that on social media, or that they or something, then like, are you really there for them? Nah, you're not. She is not. She doesn't know how to do it. And then at the end, he actually tells her, he's like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of mad that you just got on your phone. And she's like, well, I don't know anybody in Belize. Then, bitch, don't go on vacation by yourself. I don't know anybody in Belize. So when you got on stage and you were dancing with that girl, I got awkward. So I got on the phone and I started talking to my friend. I'm like, girl, why didn't you FaceTime your friend? So at least you could be like, hey, this is Stig. Like, look at him. He's so cool. She texts her friend, like, oh my God, I'm so awkward. He's dancing with somebody else. Like, oh my God. She's like, I didn't want to seem like a crazy girl. So I decided to like, just like chill. But you did seem like a crazy girl. And he's being honest with her. She came to him and she was like, listen, your friend, whatever his name was, told me about the girl you dated in Texas. And now the timeline isn't adding up. And I'm wondering if you're still in love with the girl with Texas. He's like, yeah, no, I talked to you about the girl with Texas. I did love her. It was a hard breakup. I did get stressed out. I did get depressed. Yeah, no, those are all true. But what does that have to do with you? She's like, well, you disappeared on me. And he's like, yeah, I did go to the US, but it wasn't with her. I already told you what happened. She's like, oh, it just seems suspicious. She's like, so it's like, he's already told her about these stuff. They've already had this conversation, but somebody else says it to her. And now she's created an entire new narrative about it. Like, right now, there's no reason for me to think that Stig is the playboy that he is. And it's like, until I get evidence of otherwise, I mean, it doesn't even matter because she's still being however she's still being. She let this man shoot the club up. She let him press against her sugar walls, and now she's over here acting like she can't take a video or pay attention to him. And when he's doing his art, that's crazy. She's too awkward for me. He can't be with somebody who's that awkward. He needs to be with somebody who like understands what's going on. So, also Belize, oh God, I want to go so bad. But I tell you right now, if I go, I'm never coming back. So those of you who were feeling bad for Sally Mae and whoever else I'm not going to pay back. For those of you who are worried about my creditors, my debtors, or whatever the hell is, because if I go, I'm not coming back. Did you see that coral reef? Did you see how beautiful it was? Girl, I'm not coming back. My bills are paid. They're not paid, but like, you know what I mean? I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. So, oh, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. Okay. Whoo! Sheena and Forrest. I said, Lord Jesus is a fire. Girl, Sheena is about to get herself wrapped up in some shenanigans. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. She has been lying to everybody around her, and we all know about it. Okay. 109. All right. So we start off where they're talking about a banana hammock. They're talking about his underwear and type of underwear he's going to bring. So he's now kind of scared because when he first came to the Philippines, he thought him and his mammy were about to go up in these people's house and tell them off for being scammers. Sheena now says, "Hey, we're going to go meet my parents, and your mama's got to stay here. And we're going to get on this bus. It's going to be a tight squeeze. And we're going to go 2 hours away to a more peaceful area where my family lives. And oh, by the way, you've got to prove to them that you can take care of me." And then she tells the cameras, she's like, "Listen, at the end of the day, I know that I lied and I didn't tell the truth and I wasn't honest. All three same things. But that man ain't got a job, and he's wanted me to save up my hard-earned money for our future. And he's sitting over here 33 years old on disability. And I'm resentful for it." And I said, "Oh, Sheena, tell us more. Tell us more, because you ain't said nothing but a word, girl. Tell us more." And so we now realize that it is the pressure's on him to prove that he can be with her. He thought he was going to come in there American guns blazing, okay? American guns blazing, to tell her family how they were shitty and how they're using this girl and how they're not going to scam any more money out of her and him ever again. And he's whisking her away to the Philippines, and she said, tink, tink, tink. That's not going to happen, bro. You got to prove to my family and my parents that you're worthy of me, because I'm a veterinarian. And what do? You got to get their blessings, because I'm not leaving without their blessing. And he was like, "Oh, shoot. Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not leaving without their blessing." So they get there and they take a tuk-tuk. They squeeze into this little tuk-tuk. And he says it's worse than the bus. He is getting real nervous. He's not only sweating from the humidity, but he is sweating from the humility. No. God, there was a good joke there. He's not only sweating from the humidity, but he's sweating from the humility. What is this word? Humility. Maybe it's humility. He's sweating from the fact that now he's got to go convince these people that his no job having ass can actually take care of Sheena in order for him to get the blessing. And he didn't plan on doing that. So they get to her people's house after walking up a hill. And the thing that I wrote down in my notes is rich. We ain't never seen nothing like it. Rich. Look at this daddy. And at first I thought that was her mother, because I said she looked just like her mammy, but that's her sister. They look very much alike. These are rich people. We find out that her family has an Airbnb, or a bread and breakfast, and it is beautiful. And I don't know if they had any guests there that time, or if that's just their house and they've just been kind of like letting it out. But yeah, they were like, that's why they're going to charge the family for staying there, because it's not just a condo. Or maybe it was. But anyways, that needs to be answered, because apparently she has a condo somewhere and they wouldn't let his family stay at the condo. And now I feel like that's probably not the truth. Sheena's probably been lying. She is a liar, pants on fire. She's a liar, pants on fire. Lord Jesus is a fire. Okay? And so, anyways, they're there and they're just like, "Hey, Forrest, like, we're so happy to meet you." And we see this place, and Sheena even realizes that she's going to have a lot of explaining to do once they get private. So what they clean up, they go down and they have what looks like a delicious spread. There are fruits, there are grilled meats. Okay, when that dad takes half of that mango and scoops out a little bit with a spoon, I said, decadence. Fresh watermelon, a banana. I wonder what the bananas taste like in the Philippines. Or are they sweeter? Are they? I might even eat a banana in the Philippines, because they look like they might be sweeter. And some grilled squid, some grilled pork, some grilled chicken. Grilled squid? What kind of sauce is on it? Is it a sweet and sour like sesame soy sauce? I wanted it all. I wanted it all. I wanted it all. And so her sister's like, so Forrest, I don't recall. What's your job? And he's like, he's like, I don't make much money. And Sheena goes, it's okay, babe. Just eat. It's okay, babe. Just eat. And the sister's like, nah, go on ahead and tell us what you do. And he's like, I do disability. And they're like, what? And he's like, so I have I'm autistic. I have a situation. I can't talk to people like right now. It is, I mean, awful talking to you right now. It is, I am so upset having this conversation right now. So I can't have a job. And they're like, oh, well, if you were in IT, you wouldn't have to talk to people. There are so many jobs that you could do where you don't actually have to talk to people. So, ooh, so what? And he's like, yeah, no, I can't do that. So, I get disability checks, and they're like, okay, so but you're able to survive. He's like, yeah, I'm able to survive for me. But I can get a full-time job. I can get a full-time job and I'll be able to take care of Sheena. And the dad's like, yeah, because Sheena does a lot for us. She does a lot. She helps us out with certain things around the house. And like the dad says to the cameras, like, listen, she does a lot for us and we cannot lose that income. We can't lose that because of what she does to help us sustain this. So he then is going to have to help us sustain it. So if she goes off with him and her veterinarian income is no longer coming into the family income, then he's going to have to make that up. And he's like, I can get a full-time job. And I said, you can get a full-time job, but is that going to be enough for you to take care of you and Sheena in the US and for you to send money back to the Philippines? And he's like, I mean, that's what I said. He hasn't given me an answer yet, so we don't know. But he got the blessing. He got the blessing. That's like, sure. Sure. And then next week, Molly's gonna come there. Molly is gonna come there. And probably ruin the whole thing for him. He does. He calls himself a loser, in fact. He says, I'm just a loser on disability. And I said, you know what? Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Hi, sister. Happy belated birthday, Yuna. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed I didn't call you. Happy belated birthday, sister. So late. Anyways, he knew he was giving loser. Girl, likely a peanut sauce. I want to know what it is because I sure is hungry. Okay, who we have next? Trish and Rick. God, he's such a blah, 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 blah. Rick gets on my nerves because it feels like he's a passport bro too. He is a passport bro as well. Okay, next couple that we are going to talk about are Rick and Trish. Rick is, I think I'm going to have to start making fun of the way he speaks. I think I'm going to have to start doing that because I can't, there's no other joy that I get out of this show. So, I mean, their segment. So the first thing is that he buys a trash bag because she is a squirter. And I said to myself, Rick, now I know it's heavy. And it's something that you wouldn't be able to necessarily travel with. But the truth is that if you weren't such a cheap bastard, you wouldn't have to travel with it. He brought that trash bag all the way there so that she didn't ruin the sheets of the hotel that they were staying at and that he didn't get an extra charge. I said, what do you think comes out? Blood? You think that what comes out of her is so much that you brought a black trash bag to a foreign country 17,000 miles away from where you live because you didn't think you could get anything in Madagascar, like extra towels that would soak up. Or were you trying to be funny? Because there's waterproof bedding that you can get for such activities. There are waterproof bedding that you can get for such activities. And you had to bring that lady that black trash bag. You thought it was funny, huh? I'm so funny. You thought it was funny, huh? Okay, great. So she's like, I don't know why he did this. Like, it's a lot. It's really not that dramatic. Like, I live here and I'm fine. So we don't talk to them because production goes away and production comes back and they're in a fight. And they're in a fight because the bike that got damaged, her bike, was dropped off by her ex's friend. And they're talking in Madagascar, and he then wants to know what's going on because he is a hit dog. And so he gonna holler anytime she does anything with any other man. Because, you know, he hopped on a plane to Colombia to have never-ending sex with a Colombian woman during those 5 days that she didn't talk to him. He got so upset that he hopped on a plane to Colombia to cheat on her extensively because she had a 5-day stint where she was too busy to talk to his dumbass. So he finds out through this conversation that 4 months ago, when they were still exclusive, she spoke to her ex. And that upset him so much. And she's like, what do you want from me? We live in the same small ass city. I was out. I see him and his family. I said hello. I was with him for 4 years. I said hello to him and his family. And he's like, oh, you just happened to be at the same restaurant. I said, Rick, this is not LA. Now, I don't know what it's akin to, but if they frequent the same restaurants that they find to be good and they were together for 4 years, the chances of them running into those same restaurants at each other is high. So he is like, oh, you know, she's like, I don't understand why you don't trust me. And she's starting to put 2 and 2 together because she's like, listen, my ex used to come at me for cheating and he was the one cheating. And now Rick is exhibiting the same behavior. So I think so. And producers are even like, why do you always think that she's cheating? And he's like, this is my worst fear that she's going to be with. And they're like, it's because you're cheating. And she's like, yeah, maybe it's because of that. And then I'm just like, you're not relatable, bro. And the people you are relatable to, I don't want to know those people. He's upset because she lied. She didn't admit to him that she met a man that he knew. She didn't. It's so crazy to me that these crazy people think, if I know you're going to be mad that I spoke to someone that you don't want me to talk to, and you're 3,150 miles away, and I'm supposed to just tell you the rundown of my entire day, why would I tell you that I ran into my ex in a public place just so you can fight me about it? Why would I tell you that? And I don't understand exes in that situation. And you guys know why I don't understand it, because I've never had one. But like, I don't understand why people be so hung up on someone's ex. It's like why you be hung up on someone's ex so hard? So hard. They're no longer together. Why are you worried about it? Anyways, he says that maybe he wouldn't feel as guilty about what he did if he felt like maybe she did something like that too. That shit is crazy. A hit dog will holler. And then he's like, well, this is what we needed to go through so that we can come out on the other side stronger. I'm like, that is so just toxic. So in the next episode, they leave the hotel. They go someplace else. They decided at the end of the night they're going to have makeup sex, and so that's what they did. They go to Nosy Bay, which is an island, an island off the island of Madagascar, and it's beautiful. And they're driving, and now this is where I don't get. So I'm gonna need your guys' help in the comment section. they're driving and they're going to another like resort space. So this is now the second hotel that he has gotten for them, and they're going there and they're going to have like a romantic time at Nosy Bay. And they are driving to this new resort, and she sees the mall and she's like, "Oh, there's a mall here. You can buy me something, or you can buy me a bathing suit." And he's like, "No. Like, I'm not a sugar daddy, and and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not sugar daddy and you're bougie." And she's like offended. And she's like, "All I did was ask you to get me something." And he's like, "Have I not done enough for you?" And at first I was just like, "Well, no, we don't know what you've done." They get to the hotel and we find out that he's paid her rent, and I don't know how long. He's paid her rent. He has paid for all of these adventures in Madagascar thus far. And now she's like, "Take me to the mall and buy me something." And he got upset. It triggered him because he felt like, she just wants him for his money, which is like true. But she doesn't understand why he got so upset about it. And I kind of agree with him. I don't know. And maybe this is me selling myself short. I don't know that I would, if somebody, if anyone, I'm not even saying man, if anybody came to visit me and then paid for us to go to one hotel, stay at one hotel, and then paid for me to go to a beautiful beach that I would not have gone otherwise, unless I was like, "I'm going to go here anyway, you want to come." And then when we get there, be like, "Take me shopping." And then her response was like, "Oh, I don't need you. I got my own money." And I said, "Well, then, bitch, go and get your own bathing suit." It just would not dawn on me to ask someone. Like, I wouldn't ask someone to buy me these things. If we went out and I was prepared to purchase for him, he was like, "No, babe, I got this. That is what I want." I'm not going to ask someone to buy me things. To me, that's weird. And it's not because I'm like, "Oh, I feel bad for his poor pockets." Like, part of it is, but it's not wholly that. More so, it's like, I don't want to have to ask you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I want to do, and then you're going to pay for the things or not, and I'm going to judge you based on that. But I'm not going to ask you, especially if you have 5 children and like you're already in this country and I'm not rich. She knows he's not rich. But I wouldn't ask. It's the assumption of it all. It's the assumption that like, "Oh, you're going to take me shopping now." Like, I don't have a frame of like, I've never, that's not something that I would do. That's not something I would even think to do. That's not like, unless I had a man who was throwing all manner of money out, and like, then I'd be like, "Oh, I really want the Chanel bag." Like, I would have to know that he has Chanel money for me to be like, "Oh, we're going." I just don't know. So you guys help me out with that. Hard to Know says he can drag a $50 plastic sheet across the world but can't get her a bathing suit. However, I get your point, why he should be offering if he wants to. Me too. I saw his point. Not to mention how many other expenses he's paid for he didn't mention because they were on camera. I disagree. It was a bathing suit. But it's not like, but here's the deal. It's not like they were in the mall and she was like, "Oh my God, look at this really cute bathing suit." Like, it's different. She had said, "I want you to take me shopping," is what she originally said. And then by the time we got back to them, it was like, "It's a bathing suit, Rick." That's when she said it's a bathing suit. Prior to that, it was like, "Take me shopping. You could take me shopping in the mall." And then that's why I'm just like, why does she think that is the expectation? And he's like, "Well, it's because your ex would have done it." She's like, "Yeah, but I was so unhappy in that." Then I think to myself, and then he's like, I can make sure your needs are met, but this is not a need." And she's like, "Yeah, you do make sure my needs are met, but also I need the bathing suit." Like, it's just weird to me. Like, I'm like, a man has to offer. And then I'm going to make a judgment based on that. Of course, I want him to pay for every single thing. Of course I do, because I don't want to have to pay for it myself. It's not even I don't want to have to pay for it myself. It's more so like it will make me more comfortable, and it would make me believe in you more and make me like fall in love with you more if I can think of you as a provider and a protector. And you spending money on me lets me know that you're a provider. It could all be a sham and a lie. You could be just racking up credit card debt. You know what I mean? But in that moment, that's what that's going to make me feel like. And I just feel like that it was just a weird ass, especially when she's like, when I come to the US, the reason why I wanted you to buy me that bathing suit or I wanted you to take me shopping in the mall is because I want to know that you can take care of me. And I'm like, those two things aren't equal. She's like, when I come to the US, I'm going to be wholly dependent on you. And I'm like, girl, when you come to the US, you ain't getting shit. When you come to the US, he's going to make sure the lights are on and that you have food, but don't think you're going to go to the mall and buy anything. He's got 2 children. He's got 2 young'uns. And she's like, I know you're not rich. And I'm like, so you know that man tap dances for a living, right? You know that man sells hair on TikTok for a living, right? And he lives in Los Angeles, one of the most expensive cities ever. Who knows what his house situation looks like? He probably has like a 1-bedroom somewhere. Money's going to be tight. Money's going to be tight. And so I just think it was weird that she was like, to me, any person who tells another person, yeah, take me shopping in the mall, is assuming that person has a lot of discretionary funds. That's just an assumption you're making at that point. So anyways, I guess I didn't get it. Like, that would never be something that I would ever do. Ever do. Unless you're my husband and I know what's in your bank account. And even then, I wouldn't be asking you for it. We would just go to the mall and you would pay for it just by way of paying for our lives together. Girl, she has several bathing suits. Anyways, the whole damn thing is gross because he's literally twice her age. Oh yeah, no, he's twice her age. Like, yeah. We love I love a generous man. But I'm never ever gonna be like, take me shopping. Unless I am fully using him. Unless I am full that's me. Unless I am fully using him and want him for everything he's got. And he's so ugly and I had sex with him. Yeah, take me shopping. You're disgusting. And if that's what she believes, Rick is disgusting and that he should be grateful that he has this little 25-year-old on his arm. So take me shopping. That's the only time I would do that. And I know you have money. Oh, but I would have to think you're disgusting, and I would have to like not respect you at all and be so grossed out. Okay, what else happened? He's like, I thought you were different, and she's like, I am different. I'm like, bitch, you are not different. Then we meet Chinny, who allowed her face to be seen on TV. I said, Chinny, do you know what this show is? But anyways, his ex-wife, and she again went to the motherland, and I could say at the very least he went to the motherland. That's the one thing I'll give him. He ain't in the Philippines, cornball. But he went to the motherland a prior time, and that's Samson and whatever's mother, Samson, and the other baby's mother, and they broke up because of finances. I said I saw her with those contacts on for her wedding, and I said, oh yeah, you couldn't keep up with her lifestyle. You cannot keep up with her lifestyle. She was out there trying to get her like a good old Christian Dior, a little YSL, and he was like, I'll give you this Coach. She wanted Yves Saint Laurent, and he was like, you can get this Cole Haan. He can't even afford Cole Haan. He said, I'll get you this Coach from Macy's. He said, I'll get you this J-Lo. You know, there's some cute Jessica Simpsons over there. Oh, being broke all over the world is crazy. She is only going by the lies and all his promises. All right, you guys. Oh my God. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my good people. Okay, I gotta go. I'm tired. I gotta wrap this up. All right, you guys. So tomorrow I'm gonna do my best to go live around 2. I gotta watch the other way. I'm so tired, sleepy. I gotta watch the other way. But anyways, I'll try to go live around 2. If I don't go live, I'll try to go live something, and we'll have a good key, and we'll talk about both episodes at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining. I can't believe we had 60 people this entire time. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this on any social media platform that you deem fit. Okay, let's put this down. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. And if you got the hee hee ha ha thing, get rid of it. You can do jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Shake, 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 senora, shake your body.